Hi, everyone. I'm Reverend Erin from the Texas UU Justice Ministry. Oh, look, it's us. And this is my bandmate, Andrew Solon. We have a band called ParkerWoodland here in Texas, and we do music in UU spaces as well as out in the world. And we're going to start it with the ParkerWoodland theme song, The World's on Fire, and We Still Fall in Love. It's a hard time to look for hope when the truth can feel like a joke or worse. They tell you it's your fault if you trust. There's one thing I know, it's this: opposites do coexist, and the last thing they'll ever kill is love. The world's on fire and we still fall in love. The world's on fire and we still fall in love. The world's on fire and we're not giving up. No, no. Well, I could let you go, say it's not worth it. Oh, I could give up before we know, 'cause what's the use in having hope? But then even though everything's wrong and it shows, I still look at you and I know one thing could be perfect. Woo! World's on fire and we still fall in love. World's on fire and we still fall in love. World's on fire and we're not giving up. No, no. Well, I don't want to be naive, but I catch myself wanting to believe, and I think I could take a risk this time. Hard time to look for hope when the truth can feel like a joke or worse. They tell you it's your fault if you try. World's on fire and we still fall in love. World's on fire and we still fall in love. World's on fire and we're not giving up. No, no. World's on fire and we still fall in love. World's on fire and we still fall in love. World's on fire and we still fall in love. World's on fire and we still fall in love. Hey! And that's dedicated to all of you and all the ways that you're finding beauty and joy in these times.
Hello, everybody. My name is Antoinette. My pronouns are they and them, and I'm the Membership and Community Engagement Specialist at the UU Women's Federation. And I'm here just for a little bit of housekeeping. This is just a reminder that everyone who's not actively participating should be on mute. We will have you on mute the whole time, even though we'll have wonderful music and singing and videos and songs. Do all of those things on mute. As you can see, we are recording this wonderful celebration so that we can show this to other people later, or you can have it later. And part of my housekeeping is to introduce our graphic recorder. We have this wonderful illustrator, Katarina. Oh my goodness, I've just forgotten her last name. She's here on Zoom, and she's recording this beautiful illustration of all of our wonderful thoughts and feelings and songs as we go through, and I will bring her on at the end of our programming so that you may see her and her lovely artwork. And so as we build this, we'll have a beautiful visual of this evening's celebration. So, reminder, stay on mute. Please use this time to ground yourself in the work of women and girls and resistance and empowerment. Have some fun with us and enjoy the rest of our programming.
Good evening. I think it's evening probably for everyone who's on the call. I'm Tina Hüsing, president of the International Convocation of Unitarian Universalist Women. I'm German. I'm a German woman temporarily living in the United States. I live in Montclair, New Jersey, just outside of New York, where I'm a professor at Montclair State University. I'm a member of the European Unitarian Universalists. I don't think we have any Europeans on the call. They are all asleep at this hour. They are 7 hours ahead of us. So I welcome you to this year's celebration of International Women's Day. It's the second time we are celebrating together with the Women's Federation, and it's good to be in partnership with like-minded women. In 2009, while living in Munich, Germany, through my ICUUW connections, I found out about a meeting of ICUUW women in Houston, Texas, and decided to attend that meeting. What a joy it was to spend a weekend with 600 women. I had never been a member of a women's group. What energy, what fun. It opened my eyes to the possibilities when women put their heads together to improve the lives of all. So upon returning to Europe, we founded a European sisters group to continue the work we had started. How to improve the world by making a better place for women and girls. And I became a member of what evolved to be the International Convocation of Unitarian Universalist Women, or ICUUW women for short. Grounded in our faith and its values, our mission is to work together in global partnership for women's and girls' equity. We do this through Unitarian and Universalist connections around the world. We work with those who share our values and our goals. A better world for all by focusing on gender equity. And you don't have to be a woman to work for a better world for all through gender equity. For example, I learned from our sisters in Northeast India, and I know you will hear from them later in the program, how important it is to have men speaking to men when it comes to violence against women. Sometimes I meet a woman from another culture and we just click. Even though we might be of a different age, come from different background, have different life experiences, we just click. Years ago, this happened to me with a woman from Romania with whom I connected through our shared faith, and we have become really close friends. And a year ago, it happened again with a woman from India to whom I was introduced through ICUUW Women. First, we just chatted on WhatsApp, but after a while, we turned our video on too. And then we invited each other on a tour of our apartments. It became a real visit, and we became global sisters. So now I can't wait for us to meet in person someday. ICUUW Women is a place where women connect with women. We've been told by our members that that's one of the main reasons they join ICUUW Women. It's exciting to meet women from other cultures. Together, we share our concerns, we teach each other, and we are stronger together in our efforts to improve women's lives. We are focusing in our work, we are working for a world in which women are safe in their homes and in their communities, have access to quality health care, including reproductive rights, have access to the education they need to be full participants in their communities and in the world, have economic power and access to economic opportunities, and are leaders in all aspects of their societies and involved in all decision-making at all levels. These are the 5 areas of utmost concern to women all around the world. And no surprise, leadership development is our most important focus here at ICUUW Women. So now we are celebrating International Women's Day together. You know, I didn't know about this day for the longest time. I've now learned that its origins go back to women in New York City who in 1908 took to the streets and demanded better working conditions, voting rights, and an end to discrimination. But then it was Clara Zetkin, a German activist, who proposed an annual International Women's Day at an international conference for working women in 1910 in Copenhagen, Denmark. And the following year, International Women's Day was indeed celebrated in Austria, Denmark, Germany, Switzerland, and the United States. Everywhere, women were fighting for the right to vote. In both Germany and the US, women gained the right to vote in 1919. After World War II, the day was forgotten in West Germany, where I grew up, while it was always celebrated in East Germany. And only after the Iron Curtain fell, and I had students from Eastern Europe who congratulated me on March 8th, did I learn about this day. Now the day is getting more and more traction in Germany, and the state of Berlin even declared it a state holiday in 2019. The United States set aside March 8th in 1975. This year's UN theme is for all women and girls, rights, equality, and empowerment. And here's what UN Women is asking us to do. Demand leaders enforce gender equality laws. Educate the next generation on equality. Amplify the voices of those most left behind. Speak out against gender stereotypes, bias, and discrimination. Advocate for women in leadership. And we are all asked to support women's rights organizations. So, whether you are a member of the Women's Federation or of ICUUW Women, you are in the right place. Support what we do, give and get involved. Let's have a great International Women's Day celebration together. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sylvie Nyiramana. I'm currently in Canada, Halifax. I'm so happy to be here tonight to celebrate Women's Day with everyone here. We are going to write the charities. Karen, you help us write, as everybody else who has a chalice can go ahead and write their chalice. As we light this chalice, let us appreciate all those who spent sleepless night fighting for the rights, equality, and empowerment of women, girls, and gender-expansive people. Let us continue to push boundaries, support, and uplift each other. Let us celebrate the strength and resilience of UU women around the world, and let us pave the way for the next generation of women leaders. May this chalice be a symbol of our faith in a peaceful and safe existence for every human being. Thank you so much.
Good evening or good afternoon. I'm Reverend Carol Houston. I live in Manhattan in New York City, and it is my great pleasure to be on this celebration of International Women's Day. I was in Mexico City in 2019, and there was a big parade out in the streets near where we were staying. And it was an International Women's Day parade. And that's the first time I ever saw that, but it was a real pleasure to be introduced to the holiday. I knew about it, but to see a celebration of it out in the streets. And I hope that happens more and more in many different places as we go forward. I am a past president of International Women's Convocation. We have had 4 convocations, gatherings face to face. The first one Tina mentioned in Houston, Texas. 9 women went back to Romania after that and said that the next one would be in Romania and they would organize it. And that happened. There was a convocation in 2012 in Romania, and another one in the US and California in 2017. And we had a convocation last fall in Romania again, in Koloshvar. But we don't want to just be traveling to get together and network with other women around the world. We need to find other ways to do it. We don't want to use the flight miles. We don't want to just be people that can afford to travel to meet face to face, although we do a good job, as I believe we do, in giving scholarships to women so that they can attend without financial problems. But we are also finding other ways to be together, networking, getting to know each other, advocating for women's rights. We meet on every other second and fourth Tuesdays of the month at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And that started during COVID. It was a necessary thing during COVID to give women a chance to get together. And it continues. We still have those meetings going on with women from all the places that have Unitarian Universalist presence, India, Philippines, Europe, Africa. Sylvie first joined us from Africa. So we try to be together in those ways as well, on Zoom, in person when we can. But also, and this has become more and more of an interest for many of us, we get together each year around the Commission on the Status of Women in New York City. This is the United Nations meeting, and it is a 2-week meeting in the middle of March. I like to say it is the largest women's gathering in the world. There are thousands of women filling the streets of New York City around the United Nations for meetings at the UN itself, and 600, 700 workshops elsewhere in the city. It's an amazing event. Also quite intimidating the first few times you do it. But we have had a delegation there since began in 2017, first real delegation of 3 or 4 in 2018. Last year we had a delegation of 11 coming to the United Nations in March. This year we will have 30. We have what's called ECOSOC status. We applied for that in 2019, I believe, and it is with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. And it gives our organization the right to go to the UN, make statements there, be engaged in the work of the UN. We have 7 women who have year-round passes to go on to the grounds of the UN anytime. And we do go to other meetings, not just the Commission on the Status of Women. And as I say, we are having a lot more women joining that group of 7 that are local here. We have a lot more women joining us this year. We're doing a spring seminar in homage to the spring seminar done by the ICUUW in years past. That organization had an ongoing presence at the UN. We have an ongoing presence at the UN with our 7 women with passes who can cover all kinds of meetings. And the seminar this year will be on the weekend between the two weeks of the Commission on the Status of Women. And we will be discussing the structure of the UN, how civil society and civil society organizations interact with the UN, how to become an advocate in the UN. We will also this year have to have serious discussions about what is going on internationally, the kinds of changes that are being made. We have to take that seriously. The UN funding is under pressure because of changes in the United States, and we will have serious discussions of that. It's exciting. It's exciting work to do. UN is huge. It's difficult to begin to feel that you're in it, but you can make statements, you can join with caucuses with other organizations, and we are doing that as much as we can, and having a presence. The women's rights are certainly a big part of what we work on, but we also work on climate change and other things of that sort. So come and join us someday in New York City. We will do this every year and also bring people in at other times. Our UN advocacy group meets monthly, and it's an exciting part of the work that ICUUW Women is doing. It's a place where we can network with women from around the world, but also have a voice to bring the change that needs to be made. I will pass it on now. As I said, our most recent convocation was in Romania, in Koloshvar. A big part of the sense of what we were doing was that we were weaving together. We were weaving our hopes and dreams and thoughts and ways of working, weaving them together. And there was a lovely video made of that, and that we are going to watch now. Thank you all.
This piece reflects my love for the planet Earth and the gift of equality for all.
This beautiful square was given to me by Audrey Brooks. It has a picture of the Earth, our beautiful home. Keeping our Earth beautiful and peaceful is what my life is all about. Bless all the women, children, men, plants, and animals of the Earth.
My piece is sentimental to me because it represents the joys, sorrows, and resilience of being an African woman. The lasso is a Kenyan piece worn by women when they are working, used to carry children on their back, carry water on the head, and so much more. It embodies the enduring and resilient spirit of the woman who most of the time embraces everyone in the Hakuna Matata spirit. No worries. Hakuna Matata, Dada.
I chose this woven piece of textile in memory of my mother. She wove it. The 4 circles might symbolize our 4 convocations and our wish to connect, collaborate, create on behalf of peace, acceptance, and renewal.
This is a remnant of fabric I used in 1972 to make a maternity dress, the only dress I ever made, when we lived in England and I was pregnant for the first time. I got toxemia, and the baby died a month or so before he would have been born. I went to have 2 healthy babies after that, and I don't think about the first one very often. But this is a piece of cloth full of memories for me.
World War II could not have been war without American women working alongside men in the factories, making everything the Army and Navy needed. The shipyards in Richmond, California, employed many women. We Can Do It represents their effort. The end of the war left Richmond in economic ruin when the shipyards closed. This was especially true for the Black Americans who came to California from Texas. Unitarians from Berkeley have focused social justice in Richmond.
My piece is silk, which I have dyed with resist and painted in rainbow colors. It represents me as well as the queer and trans family we left in Canada who love and support me through everything.
Gift you with love this little embroidered cloth which I sewed with great affection. For me, the interwoven threads are a reminder of togetherness, a symbol of Unitarians and other denominations across the world.
This piece of burlap comes from the estate of my paternal grandmother, Veronika Sebestyén from Sepsiárkos. It was woven by my great-grandmother, Irén Sebestyén.
This piece of cloth is made of airy silk used in weaving in India's northeast region. It is a part of a traditional Jantiya dress called Janpeen, which envelops the body and is secured at the waist with a belt.
The pink robin is unique to Australia. Small but beautiful, like the ICUUW.
That was so moving. Thank you for sharing your work with us. And I got so excited because I saw the Reverend Ade Krabah in the video. She is one of the board members of the organization that I serve, the Texas UU Justice Ministry. And so before this next song, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Here in the U.S., Unitarian Universalists have what's called the Coalition of UU State Action Networks. And my organization, the Texas UU Justice Ministry, is one of about maybe 30 now. We don't have state action networks in every state, but we serve to connect UUs for justice work in our states. And right now we are really in the thick of it. The Texas legislature mercifully meets only every other year, but we're right in it now. And so we're getting ready to have our legislative action day in a week and a half. And so the song that we are going to perform actually is inspired by an action that I was in with the Texas UU Justice Ministry. We really focus on bodily autonomy issues, which includes reproductive justice for women and all people with uteruses, all birthing people. We focus on healthcare access, so that includes for trans people. And both of those issues in Texas have been under attack for many years now. And so that's a big part of our work. This song we're going to sing is called Makeup. And it comes from a time when I was with a lot of ICUUWs and activists for trans inclusive families outside of the Texas governor's mansion. And I always mention that the fact that the governor has a mansion really stings when you consider just people's struggles to feed their families, to get an education, to work here. So anyway, we were outside the governor's mansion, taking action together. The Texas trans rights community and women's rights community is fierce in our joy and our coming together. And so there was a lot of joy in music and singing and drag artists that day. And I saw one child holding a sign that said, "Not ready to die yet." And it's been years, but that child stays on my heart. And there are so many kids and families in Texas who are fighting for full rights and to just be loved and accepted for who you are. So this song Makeup is about that, and you might catch some of the words. There's some sing-along aspects. In particular, the line is, "You know who you are and you don't owe them anything." So please feel free to sing along on mute as you catch it. So lonely in a crowd, sometimes nothing helps. You're always trying, and it gets so tiring. So you call your mother from upstairs, say, "Call me by my new name." You just keep trying, but you get so tired. Burning in your own skin, can't they see what's happening? You're a butterfly becoming, no matter what they say. And your father comes downstairs, you know who he'll blame. You just keep fighting, 'cause it hurts to hide. Put your makeup on, boy, you know you're not gonna die yet. It's your party now, you know who you are. Put your makeup on, boy, you know you're not gonna die yet. Get your favorite dress and your glitter on. Woo! Put your makeup on, boy, you know you're not gonna die yet. It's your party now, you know who you are. Put your makeup on, boy, you know you're not gonna die yet. Get your favorite dress and your glitter on. You know who you are, and you don't know the many things. You know who you are, and you don't know the many things. You know who you are, and you don't know the many things. You know who you are, and you don't know the many things. You know who you are. You know who you are. You know who you are. You know who you are, and you don't know the many things. You know who you are. 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 With gratitude for all your work and a prayer that we all may be seen and loved just exactly for who we are.
Good, good evening to everyone, and good morning to people joining us from Australia. I see that we do have a participant from Brisbane with us tonight. So I am Zsofia Stanitsky, former executive director of the International Convocation of ICUUW Women, speaking to you from Houston, Texas. I am a Transylvanian Unitarian living bicontinentally. So soon I will be relocating to my hometown, Kolozsvár, Cluj, the site of our fourth convocation. As you have seen in the video, many UUs from around the world gathered there this past September to weave a tapestry of peace and new perspectives. At this wonderful event, I moderated a panel on the impactful work of Gondviselés, or Providence Organization of the Hungarian Unitarian Church, the charity arm of the Hungarian Unitarian Church. ICUUW Women has generously supported Gondviselés's vital work for Ukrainian war refugees since the onset of the Russian invasion. And I am honoring this special partnership tonight by wearing a t-shirt from the Gondviselés organization. For International Women's Day tonight, I'd like to honor the memory of two extraordinary women who tragically lost their lives in 2023, just 4 months apart. Hiba Kamul Abanada, one of Gaza's most talented feminist poets and novelists, was killed alongside her son in an Israeli airstrike in Khan Yunis. Ukrainian author and war crime investigator Victoria Amelina died from injuries sustained in the Russian missile strike in Kramatorsk. As we remember these bright young activists, I invite you for a time of prayer and meditation for peace, justice, and resistance. Here's Abu Nadar's poem titled Not Just Passing, translated by Huda Fakreddin. Yesterday, a star said to the little light in my heart, we are not just transients passing. Do not die. Beneath this glow, some wanderers go on walking. You were first created out of love, so carry nothing but love to those who are trembling. One day, all gardens sprouted from our names, from what remained of hearts yearning. And since it came of age, this ancient language has taught us how to heal others with our longing, how to be a heavenly scent to relax their tightening lungs, a welcome sigh, a gasp of oxygen. Softly, we pass over wounds like purposeful gauze, a hint of relief, an aspirin. Oh, little light in me, don't die, even if all the galaxies of the world close in. Oh, little light in me, say, enter my heart in peace. All of you, come in. Victoria Melina died, leaving the book she was working on unfinished, a personal account of the ravages of war and extraordinary women like herself who joined the resistance. Into her diary, which has just been published under the title Looking at Women, Looking at War, a War and Justice Diary, she wove portraits of heroines, creating an ensemble of amazing female voices. Here's an excerpt from Victoria's poem About a Crow, inspired by her work interviewing women who lived through Russian occupation. The translation is by William Blacker. In a barren springtime field stands a woman dressed in black, crying her sister's names like a bird in the empty sky. She'll cry them out all of herself, the one that flew away too soon, the one that had begged to die, the one that couldn't stop death, the one that has not stopped waiting, the one that has not stopped believing, the one that still grieves in silence. She'll cry them all into the ground as though sowing the field with pain, and from pain and the names of women, her new sisters will grow from the earth and again will sing joyfully of life. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Beth O'Connell, Vice President of ICUUW Women. And at my UU church here in New Jersey, we've been studying gratefulness, learning and practicing how to live with appreciation. And we've been reading this book called Wake Up Grateful by Christy Nelson. And I'd like to share with you something she wrote about how grounding ourselves in gratefulness can help us to remain committed to our work for justice in these difficult times. She wrote, given daily headlines that increasingly defy belief, any open-hearted, compassionate person who tries to find cause for consistent happiness, gratitude, or optimism will be stymied. It is in the moments when I'm suffering most for the world that I realize that I can often become incapacitated, looking for life to attend to me rather than turning myself to attend to life. In these times, I have forgotten that carrying a heavy burden of suffering is not the debt I owe a hurting world, nor the way I best prove my care. I have forgotten that it is exactly the pain of a broken heart, combined with my belief in healing, that offers me the capacity I need in order to be engaged. I have forgotten that when my eyes fill with wonder and my heart with love or joy, I do not betray my concerns for the world. I nourish my capacity to attend to them. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Vicki Roberts-Gassler. The video we're going to see is of Elgiva Shulai interviewing some trainers and beneficiaries of a program called Namchetna. Elgiva couldn't attend the meeting because it's very early in the morning in India right now. So I was asked to introduce her because I've spent a lot of time among the Khasis of Northeast India, including nearly a year of voluntary tutoring in a Unitarian school there. And of course, I left a big piece of my heart there with the wonderful people. Singh-Kante that she speaks of is a very strong and active women's group of the Unitarians of the Khasi tribe, representing around 10,000 Unitarians there. ICUUW helped them adapt the national program of Navchetna to Khasi needs and to train the first group of trainers through a Faithify campaign. Elgiva, one of the leaders of the women's group and a past board member of ICUUW, has reported on Navchetna, which means a new awareness or a new consciousness in Hindi. She explained that it has two modules, one for younger children about hygiene, nutrition, and life skills, among other things, and one for older youth, which includes those skills and also drug awareness and education. So let's see the video.
We are the Sankanthay women from the Khasi Hills, Meghalaya, and here are the 3 master trainees. Out of 19 of them whom we have trained, these are 3 trainers who have implemented the first project in the Shillong Circle.
Thank you, LG. Regarding Navchetna, taking Navchetna forward, I feel that as trainers, all the trainers that have come for the training that has been given by the UUNEI, I think it is high time that we take them to all the rural Unitarian schools, give them a very good awareness program so that children and parents benefit from this program. We know that we are living in a world of chaos, we're living in a world of too many things happening at a time. This is Navchetna is the need of the hour. We need to make everybody aware what is happening around.
Thanks for sharing, because it's a very important and very, very interesting topics that we have in this module. 2 modules we have. Let me just show you. This is made by one of our young adults. Okay, let us continue. We would like to talk to these 2 youngsters now. They are with us. One is AP, she's still in school, and Damon, she's in college.
Yeah, by a safe environment, I personally understand it by it is an environment that is filled with people that we trust and we know, and we trust them in the sense that we know that they won't hurt us in any way, shape, or form. So that way we feel secure and everything.
We spoke also about peer pressure on that day. So what do you understand by this? Have you seen it in your college?
Yes, so as according to the program that we have attended, they have explained that there are 2 types of peer pressure. One is good peer pressure and one is bad peer pressure. And peer pressure, it means that the influence that we get from our peers or our friends. So good peer pressure, like for example, for my friends, I feel that they have influenced me a lot in participating in programs in college.
Yes.
And I have become more active because of them. And for bad peer pressure, I give the example of procrastination.
So I think we taught you that you should always go to your teachers, your elders, your guides, yes. And if you have any problem with other children whom you can't deal with.
I have also personally experienced where I got calls from classmates who are not actual friends, but then just classmates where they'd be like, I got into an accident, please help me, please, I really need this much money. So we already know what kind of a person they are, so we just also have to stay away from such people. And yes, it is a very concerning issue in this generation.
All right, thank you so much, both of you. I hope you have benefited by the program that we have implemented in our state, Meghalaya. We hope that we will go forward with this program. Thank you so much.
All right, it's been a real honor to be with all of you. This is our last song. It comes from our album called There's No Such Thing as Time. And you can find ParkerWoodland videos and music all over, all the places you listen to music online. But on YouTube in particular, there's a video that has one of our songs and Texas UU Justice Ministry footage at the Capitol if you're interested. So when we get done playing this song, I might drop it in the chat for you. But we'd love to stay in touch with you, and I'm going to find out more about International UU Women. I think it's just amazing what you do. So this song is called Benediction. Even though your heart is breaking, cast a wish up to the sky. Even when your voice is shaken, there's a dream to keep alive. The sun will shine, the moon will rise, all things in time, your hand in mine. We are the tide. We rise and love survives.
We have one thing to do right before we do that, is to introduce Katerina Mariquin, who has been our graphic recorder today. She has been listening to the words and the music, sights and sounds of our collective celebration, and she has an image to share. Hi, how are you?
Hello, everybody. I am just so honored to be part of this space and just witness everything going on. You got to do such amazing work that has inspired me. And like, I don't know, I'm just very grateful. So let me share my screen really quick to show you guys what I've been working on behind the scenes. Let's see. Okay. So I've just heard a lot of wonderful things, inspiring stories, inspiring themes that we should uplift. We've heard about prayer, just resistance. I feel like a lot of things we've been talking about. Just reminding us that as Parker and I've just been saying, the world on fire, but we have to keep holding on. We have women in this space that are a community from all across the world, reminding us of pillars that we need to keep moving forward, and gender equity, leadership, making sure amplifying voices and not just ours, but those in our communities that might need some help to speak up of what their needs are, grounding us, appreciation, making sure we remember who we are, keeping our peace, keeping our well-being, because without us, without our safety and stuff like that, we can have the ability to help others in our world. And just weaving all of our connection experience around the world together. I love the tapestry metaphor, tapestry of peace, and just making sure we remember that as we move forward, that even though we are all across oceans and countries and everywhere around, there's something weaving us together. And it's this community that you guys have. And that with this power and this community, that is resistance. That is something we all need to remember. But yeah, we will be sharing this. Our internet will be sharing this with y'all later, just as a memory, a little keepsake for y'all. Hopefully you guys like it. And if there's anything you guys want me to see included, let me know, because I'll make some final edits as I finish up this space. But thank you guys for having me. It's really a big honor. I'll stop sharing my screen.
What a beautiful, beautiful image of the work that we've done collectively. This is so amazing. This is so great. Thank you so much for bringing your talent here to the International Convocation of UU Women and the UU Women's Federation. And with that, all of the love, I'm going to invite Tina back to give our closing. Thank you so much.
That was indeed wonderful, wasn't it? When, I told you about the early days of International Women's Day and when women all over the world were fighting for the right to vote. I think today, women all over the world are still fighting to have a seat at the table. So it takes really all of us, it needs all of us working together to address the most pressing concerns that we have. Let's make sure, as Katarina said just a moment ago, right? Let's make sure that our voices are heard and we participate fully in all decision-making processes. There's a lot to do. Thank you.
As we extinguish this flame, let the spirit of this sacred space remain in our hearts and inspire us to act. Let us fight for equal rights and opportunities where no one is left behind. May we move through the world by spreading love and peace. Amen.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening for music, for grounding, for meaningful prayer, and honoring the lives and commitments of women and girls across the country, across the world. Thank you so much to the International Women's Convocation. Thank you so much to staff of UU Women's Federation. Thank you to our guests, to ParkerWoodland, all of our speakers. This was such an amazing opportunity to connect and collaborate, and I can't wait until we do it again next year.
Thank you, Antoinette.
Yes. And I want to give a last shout out to Rini. Sylvie took over her part in the program because Rini was worried there's a cyclone coming to Brisbane, Australia, but she is here and I'm so glad she was able to make it.
If you would like to donate to our cause, we graciously will give honorariums to those who participated. But if you would like to donate to our cause, we are taking donations for this lovely work. You can use this QR code here, or we can drop a link in the chat. All of this is for the work and support of our two organizations. Thank you to those who have donated. And so, what a lovely way to end our evening here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Lovely time together. Thank you.